Hello everyone, this is Nick with coopcritics.com and I am back with another Minecraft video. This is the next video in our 12 Days of Craftmas series, where we come up with a Minecraft Christmas themed video once a day for the 12 days leading up to Christmas. So, in the spirit of Christmas, I am going to show you some tips on how to build your own Christmas tree. I've built several different styles of tree, and it's really 5 different styles of tree that I'm going to show you, and one of them just to represent something, some other tip I'm going to give you. So without giving anything away, let's go ahead and get started. This is tree number 1, and you can see it's a pretty basic tree. It is 7 blocks tall, I think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blocks including the star. And real quick, I'll show you how to build it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build up 4 blocks, or actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, yeah, let's see, 4 blocks, and then I'm using spruce wood and spruce leaves just because it looks the most Christmassy. But you can use whatever you choose. So I'm going to do 4 blocks up and then 2 leaf blocks on top of that. And then next to the bottom here, I'm going to go 1. Let's see, I went out 2. Yeah, 1, 2 on each side with 1 in the corner there, like this. Then you go up 1 level, and I'm only going to put them in a kind of plus sign shape there. And then the next tier, I'm going to go all the way around. And then the next tier up from there, I'm going to do the plus sign again. And what this kind of does is it breaks it up and it makes it look like 2 distinct levels of the tree. And then I like to top it off. You can top it off with one of many things. You can top it off with 1 yellow stained glass pane, which I think looks really good. It looks like a star up there. And you can also top it off with a redstone lamp. So let's show you that option here. But you're going to have to provide some sort of power to it by putting a lever on it or something. The good thing about the redstone lamp is it provides its own light source. The stained glass obviously does not, but the stained glass during the day looks really good, and I'll show you what it looks like at night when we build the next tree over here. So I also like to use some red carpet. You can use whatever color you want, but some red carpet down at the bottom on the ground, just surrounding the tree. It kind of looks like a tree skirt. So let's move on to the second design. These are the same design, but they're slightly different. This one is using spruce fence posts, and this one is using spruce logs. It depends on what you prefer. If you prefer a skinnier looking tree like that, or a more substantial one like this. Also, I'm using wool, like dark green wool blocks on that one, and the spruce leaves on this one. The good thing about the wool is you can place things on top of them like torches. So it kind of gives it its own light. It can kind of help when decorating the tree itself. This one, you can't really put torches directly on it. You have to find some other way to light the tree itself. So real quick, I'm going to show you what happens to the stained glass at night when there is a light source near it. So let's go ahead and set night. So the stained glass itself is not putting off any light, but because there's torches near it, look how bright it's shining. It almost looks like it is lit itself. You can see down there too. We'll get to those in a second. But I just wanted to show you that because that is kind of the cool thing about the stained glass. If you have a light source anywhere near it, you could put a torch on the wall behind it or something. It's going to show up and look really cool. So real quick, I'll show you how to build this simple design. I'm going to show you the one on the left. So basically you're going to come up 3 fence posts, and then you're going to take spruce leaves and make a full square, 1 up from the bottom. So a 3x3 square around the fence post like that. And then you're going to come up and you're going to make a plus sign, 1 on each side like that, and then you're going to put 1 on top, and then you're going to place the stained glass on top of it like that. And that's it. And you can put your carpet down at the bottom if you want to put a little tree skirt or whatever. That is the simplest design of the 5. Now we come to my favorite design, just because it is the most unique and different of them. It's not using leaves, it's not using wool blocks, it is using carpet and item frames. This, I just was kind of trying out some things and really liked the way it looked, so I decided to show you guys. So real quick, I'm going to show you. You start out the same way as the last one. You're going to build up fence posts. So 1, 2, 3, I think I do 4 fence posts on this one. And then one up from the bottom, you're going to put fence posts on all 4 sides, like this. And then on top of those fence posts, you're going to place torches. Like that. And now you're going to get your item frames out. And this is where things get pretty fun. Need our carpet down there. Let's get rid of those. Okay. So, in order for this to work, you have to have carpet on the ground. So you have to have a tree skirt, and it has to come out as far as I'm about to show you. It has to come out 2 spaces on the sides, like this, out from the center. So I do it like this and leave the corners out so that it looks kind of rounded there. And the reason is you're going to place green carpet on these ends like this and in the corners right there. And that, you see how it's floating, it will only float if you already have carpet on the ground. Otherwise, it's just going to place the green carpet directly on the ground. So now that you've done that, then you can put your item frames. We're going to put item frames on each side of all of these fence posts down here. We're also going to place item frames on each side of the top fence post. And then we're going to place green carpet on top of each of these torches. We're going to place our star up top. Again, this can be a stained glass like that, or it can be another torch, or it can be a redstone lamp. And then this is where you have a little bit of freedom. I selected 4 different items that I thought would look good in the item frames. Obviously, you may not want to use a bunch of emeralds because that can be a little expensive if you don't already have emeralds. Just find 2 or 3 or 4 items that look like ornaments to you and just alternate them. And there you go. And this design in particular, I think, looks really good at night because it has all the torches to light it up. And the star looks good. The stained glass as the star looks really good. So this, I think, is my favorite design just because of how unique it is. So I definitely wanted to share that with you. For this design, I wanted to come up with an idea that wasn't even really a tree. This is good if you have a lot of wall space, but not a lot of floor space. So what I've done is I've used item frames, and I've used the torch trick to put torches inside of the item frames while still having items in them. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. I'm just going to go ahead and remove all of these, the torches and the item frames here. All right, for the star on this one, it doesn't really work to use the stained glass just because if it's against the wall like that, it doesn't look like a star, it just looks like a line. So I would recommend using a torch or a redstone lamp or some glowstone or something like that. So since I already have my star up there, I'm going to go ahead and put torches in a pyramid shape like this. I'm going to skip these because I'm going to put redstone torches in those to alternate them. You don't have to do that, but I kind of think it looks good. It makes it look like the tree is actually has some different colored lights on it. Now you're going to look at the block behind the torch and place the item frame. So place all the item frames. Don't look at the torch. Look at the block behind the torch. Place all those. And I almost forgot our tree trunk one down here. And so I'm going to go ahead and put our spruce wood in here for the trunk of the tree. And then I'm using green wool. You can use leaf blocks if you want, but I'm using green wool. And again, look at the item frame, not the torch. And when you place it, it will place it there and it looks like the torch is coming through. But this way you'll be able to see the green of the tree, of the leaves, and the torches will still come through and they'll still light the area, and it looks like a lit tree on your wall. I thought this was kind of an interesting alternative to having a tree, a standard tree. You could use this on your wall, and that way you're not taking up any floor space if you don't have a lot of floor space. And last but certainly not least is the biggest of the trees. And I'm going to show you how to build this one in detail. This one's great if you have a ton of space or you're building it outside in a courtyard area or something like that. And the good thing about the size of it is it makes it a lot easier to decorate because you can use entire blocks as ornaments. And again, you can use whatever you want for the topper, stained glass, redstone lamp, glowstone, whatever. Okay, to build this tree, we're going to build the trunk up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then on top of that, we're going to put some more leaves like this. For this demonstration, I'm going to use wool blocks instead of leaf blocks just because the leaf blocks get really hard to see on screen where they're separated. So you're going to come up and you're going to come up 2 blocks, and this is where your first branches are going to start. Right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to come out 5 on each side. Did I do 4? Yeah, 5. Wait, that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to build 1/4 of this, and then you'll just repeat those steps for all 4 quarters until your tree is done. So from the outer branches like this, we're going to come 1 in and go all the way in like this. Same thing over here, 1 in like that. Then we're going to come even with it, and then 1 in the corner like that. So this is what it should look like. Now for the second level, I'm going to switch to this darker green just again so you can see the difference. I don't recommend doing this. If you want to, you can. It's up to you. We're going to come out till it's 1 less than this. So we're going to come out 4 from the trunk. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to come like this and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that one's going to come out right there. The next layer is also going to come out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to come in like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the third layer will look like that. The third layer will come out 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And it is going to come out like this. 1. Just like that. The next layer will also come out 3. 1, 2, 3. And then a block like that and like that. The next layer is only going to come out 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. You're going to have 2 blocks like that. Next layer will also come out 2. And it will only have a single block like that. Next layer will come out 1, and we'll have a block right there. And the final layer will come out 1, and we'll have a block like that. So this is what 1/4 of the tree should look like. The bottom limbs should only come out 1 right there, and then you'll have 2 that come out the same length, 2 that come out the same length, 2, 2, and 2. And if you followed each layer, if you followed all the steps, you should have gotten it right. And all you'll need to do is repeat those steps for the other 3 sides. Here's an interesting star that you can do up top. You can put stained glass up here like this. I'll show you again real quick. Actually, let's go ahead and put that torch back. You put stained glass on all 4 sides of it. And then 1 stained glass on top of the torch. And now, let's make it night, just so you can see how good that looks. That looks pretty amazing as a star. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed these short little tutorials on how to build several different types of Christmas trees. I encourage you to not only build these, but come up with your own designs. Get creative with item frames and carpet and colored wool and just about anything you can find to build your own Christmas tree and just have fun with it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and be sure to check back tomorrow for the next video in our 12 Days of Craftmas mini-series. I will see you next time. There we go. All right, sheep, you're free. Beef. Oh.
Some freedom.
Let that be a lesson to you.
Free of life.
Freedom isn't free.